Well, hello. It is Tis. Good day. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. I hope all are safe. And today's episode will be about people and their priorities. And I'm thinking the problem with people and their priorities are most people, they're obligated and they are bound to the wrong priorities. Um, for instance, what people's focused on or what people will get up and move for or what people are devoted to, more than likely it's for something that's not productive. It's for something that they get no nutritional value out of, and it's basically for things that will not salvage them. Like basically you won't have a bright future with these particular priorities. And for instance, for those who, well, for instance, okay, yesterday I was walking around and I walked into a McDonald's, and a guy came in like literally 2 seconds later, came right to me. Oh, can you get me the this and that? So basically he was asking for food, and I'm thinking, I didn't mind doing it because it happens all the time. But what I've noticed with him, and I could be assuming, so we'll just assume that the man was homeless, and but he did smell of drugs and alcohol. So if you're asking for food, we'll assume that you. Now, mind, this is all assumption. I'm going to assume you don't have money, but by not having money, you will ask for what you want, though. You see what I'm saying? So basically, long story short, if there's a man or a woman that's quote unquote homeless or quote unquote hungry, they won't beg for a job, or they won't beg for clothes for an interview. Or, you know what I'm saying? They don't beg for anything that can actually save them. Like I say, if I'm down, I think I'm comfortable there. Like, okay, yeah, I'm living in a tent, or yeah, I'm this and that, but obviously I'm comfortable here because again, I'm not begging for a job. I'm not begging for elevation, but I will beg for food and money. And the money's not to get food. The money is to get drugs. Cause like I said, this guy he smelled of drugs and alcohol. So you see what I'm saying? So if I want drugs and alcohol, I'm going to go out and feed this habit. You see what I'm saying? But there's nothing. I won't use that. Basically, I won't use that same devotion. I won't have the same uh, priorities when it's time to clean my life up. So if my number one priority is drugs, I'm going to kill, steal, lie, and destroy to get those drugs. But when it's time to clean up my life, am I going to be that strict? The answer is probably going to be F no, most of the time. You see what I'm saying? Even when you get people with bad habits and when they basically neglect themselves. Okay, I'm not going to brush my teeth. I'm not going to wash my ass. I'm not going to do the things that I should be doing just to simply take care of myself. And that's not to say I don't give a damn what people think of me, because some people will say that too. Well, I look like shit because I just lost my job and I don't care what people think. Okay, I get it. Okay, you don't care if I wear rags. Big deal. But you should care if you don't wash your ass or brush your teeth for a long period of time. You should care, because while you don't care, other people are suffering because you're not taking care of yourself. If I go 10 days, 10 years, 10 months without brushing my teeth, we all suffer. If I go 10 days, 10 months, 10 years without washing my ass, that's a crime. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that should be illegal because so you should care. You should care. And there are people, like I say, the priorities are not, any priorities that make sense will not hit the list of most people, and they're wondering why me, or why this is going on. And you ask them, what are their priorities? Foolishness. And again, you have the nerve to ask, why me? Why is this going on in the world? Why am I losing everything? Why would God do this to me? And again, ask yourself, what are your main priorities? What is something that you will lie, kill, steal, and destroy for? And if it's drugs, then it's like, you don't need to ask any more questions. You see what I'm saying? Because people who are, and I don't want to just blame this on people on drugs as far as having terrible priorities, because this goes for people too who are dying for attention or will do anything for the gram in order for a few dollars or for a few attention. Or my priority always is my body image. So I'm going to lie, kill, steal, and destroy to get my ass done. And may even die on the table, because when I sign that waiver, may kill you, I'm still going to sign because I need my ass done. You see what I'm saying? So people's priorities is like the stuff that they put their devotion and their heart and soul towards is actually pretty detrimental. Like the stuff that they're high on their priority list is actually ultimately going to be their demise. So again, I'm on drugs. My first priority is drugs and not alcohol. And mind you, I'm getting no nutritional value, and it's ultimately going to take me out eventually. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, if people are wondering why the world is going for a slippery slope, or why me or why you, just double check your priorities, and then you'll answer your own question just by doing the checklist. What are my priorities? What is something, again, what was something that I would lie, kill, steal, and destroy for? And if the answer is drugs, then it's like, do you really need to? this session is over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that's your answer. You rather be on drugs and alcohol, which is probably why you lost your family, you lost your friends, you lost your money, you lost your house. You're about to lose, you already lost your teeth and stuff, so now you're about to lose your life next. So you see what I'm saying? You see how we got to double check our priorities. And then again, these people, they won't use that same, okay, let's just say, okay, use that same devotion and that same passion to clean your life up. And they won't. You're going to get drag ass. No, they're not. And I can say this for my own testimony. Let's just say, like, okay, would you go over the river and through the woods to pick up a job application, or to get to school, or to get to work? And most times I'd be like, oh, hell no. But would you go over the river, through the woods, to get to the club, or to get to this drink, or to get to that sexy man or that woman? You see what I'm saying? So people will kill themselves for what they want. But I'm thinking most of the times the things that we want are actually very detrimental. Because like I say, I see people they'll do anything for attention. You'll do anything for money or for filthy lucre. And it's like, by you doing anything, that means you have no limits on your soul. So that means even for the rappers, sign me today and I'm shot up tomorrow, and there's still going to be another rapper. When this one gets shot, another one's getting signed to be shot tomorrow. And it's just, man, people's priorities. Again, if you ever wonder, why me, Lord, or why is this happening, or why this happened to the world, just ask yourself, what are my number one priorities? Just give yourself a list of 1 through 3. 1, 2, 3. Priority number 1, priority number 2, priority number 3. And I would say enter it honestly, because I guess only you would know what's honest. But if you could say, oh, work, school, and taking care of the world, and I'm thinking, like, good and damn, so you would die, kill, and steal for that? And you probably, no, okay, well, stop lying. But I know people who will lie, kill, steal, and destroy for some drugs, because they've done it. Kill you and themselves just for a hit. Or will steal this and that just for a hit. There's people that you give them $10,000 right now, it's going to be gone in 10 minutes. So it's just like one of those things where it's like, man, it's like destruction. It's all they know is destruction. And that's where they're comfortable. But again, you have to evaluate those priorities, because that's going to speak volumes to your outcome. And like I say, I'm guilty of this stuff too. Like, oh, so you mean I will? Oh, so I'll go over the river and through the woods just to get to the club, but won't go over the rivers and through the woods to get to work? So I'm thinking, sometimes I used to be guilty of that. Something like, oh, wow. So what are your priorities, your main priorities? Like, what is it, something that you really would go out of your way, or something that you will gain the strength to do this, but won't gain the strength to do that? And that will be the only thing that might save you, but this ain't gonna save you, but it's comfortable. Drugs and alcohol, it's not going to save me, but hey, it takes me to La La Land, so why not pay top dollar for it? So I don't have to see the elephant in the room. Or could you use that same devotion, face the elephant in the room, defeat the elephant, and then therefore nothing's getting in your way. But again, when you got to put forth the word, it's like, but it'll be a lot easier to use drugs and alcohol and forget about it. Priorities. And again, back to the people though. And like I said, I don't want to just beat up on the people who don't have a job but again, I've noticed that people they have no, let's say for instance, back to that guy from McDonald's. Let's just say I would have been like, no, okay, sir, I don't have it, or hell no. He would have made his rounds to everybody in McDonald's. I don't know if he was already in that McDonald's. Maybe he had already asked them and they probably told him hell no. Or maybe they already gave him some food. He just want to ask everybody. But notice how, if I would have said hell no, or I don't have it, he would have made his rounds. Could you get me a this, or could you get me a Big Mac, or whatever it is? Because somebody's bound to bite. So that goes for the same thing. Let's just say we're begging for a job. Hey, are you hiring? And everybody says no. That, for instance, haven't you noticed, like if I'm headed for a positive direction, okay, I'm gonna beg for a job, or I'm going to beg for salvation, and most people are saying no, more than likely I would get discouraged at the first or second no. Oh, 2 people said they weren't gonna help me, and I start crying. But if I'm trying to get a hit, like literally, if I'm strung out and I'm trying to get a hit, or I'm trying to get a drink and I really want it, and there's 5 people in the room, I'm gonna ask all 5 of those people until I get my head. You see what I'm saying? Haven't you noticed that when it's time to go down that path of destruction, you do not, no discouragement goes through. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody who I've seen has been in a pickle, like literally looking like shit, smelling like shit, or strung out on drugs, alcohol, or whatever the case may be, or where you're down bad. You have no pride, you have no shame, and you do not get discouraged. When you want to ask and get for what you're trying to get, you can be strung out. If you're trying to get crack, you're going to be cracked out while you asking for that crack. And you ain't going to stop till you get it. So that's what I'm saying. When it's time to take that slippery slope to nowhere, I've noticed this with my own eyes. Discouragement does not ever kick in. You only get discouraged when you're trying to do something right. Hey, I just want to do the right thing, or I just want to get out of harm's way. And it seems like that sounds impossible. But when it's time to get yourself into trouble, doors are wide open. You never get discouraged to get a hit. You see what I'm saying? So we really have to check our priorities. And if things are too smooth or too comfortable, reevaluate your comfort zones. Because again, some people are comfortable without washing their ass or brushing their teeth. And if you see them in person, and like I said, that should be a crime. It really should. Now I've seen grown ass men and women with 3D plaque on their teeth, like, and it just makes me see red just thinking about it. Cause I'm thinking like, you don't see that, feel that, smell that, taste that. I'm like, there's just so much that comes with uncleanliness. And I don't care how lazy, depressed, I can be dead. I'm never going to be comfortable with being dangerously filthy. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's nothing, oh, well, damn, hey, just come to find out, I just smell like shit. But I'm not going to be okay with that. And if push come to shove, if I have to lock myself into a chambers until we figure out what's going on, then so be it. But I'm not going to be okay with trotting around knowing that I can go weeks, days, months without brushing my teeth or washing my ass. Like, just the thought of them thinking like, and you know that's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to start itching after, it just, man. And I don't care how lazy, how tired I am. I would never be okay without brushing my damn teeth for weeks, months, days at a time. Even if I don't have a toothbrush, we're going to have to improvise. Put some sticks in stone, use a towel, use your shirt, do something. Put a balm in your mouth and blow whatever that shit is. That's it. You know, it's just grown ass men and women with 3D plaque on their damn teeth. And this is just the one piece of what people as adults go through as far as we're going to let yourself go. Because it's one thing to just say, you know what, I'm not going to watch my diet. I'm going to just be a fat ass. Okay, if you're fat, okay, that's one thing to let yourself go. Because it's like, okay, I don't care anymore, so I'm not going to watch my diet. I'm going to just eat junk food and cookies and sugar. Okay, that's one thing. But to say you don't give a F, I'm not going to wash my ass or brush my teeth and mean it. So literally, you walking around with 3D plaque on your teeth. I mean, years worth of plaque. You can see it. Literally, it goes from just being regular old 3D plaque on your teeth to where it's literally matted and plaque. And then we haven't even gotten to the part where I refuse to wash my ass. You see what I'm saying? And these are people, then they be dead serious. And it's like, even on my 1,200-pound life, it's like, what are your priorities? Your priorities is sitting there just eating poison all day, getting so big to where you can't wash your ass. Somebody else got to come in and get in there and put themselves in danger to wash it. And I'm just like, where are your priorities? What is important? What is something that you're willing to lie, die, kill, steal, and destroy for? And if it's to not brush your teeth, or to not wash your ass, or drugs, or to end up on my 1,200-pound life, I would say turn from your wicked ways right now. Turn from your wicked ways right now and reevaluate your priorities. If we're going to be kicking and scratching and lying, killing, stealing, and destroying, it's to be the best you ever. I mean, even if you have to go out there and terrorize other people and demand them to get right, to even be in your presence. How dare you be shitty and ask me, how can you help me? Yeah, I mean, be that type of so strict to my priority is me, becoming my best self. That means no foolishness, no drugs, no alcohol, no dicking around. You know what I'm saying? No foolishness. And I'm thinking that's, discouragement might kick in. What? No foolishness? Yeah. I'm thinking on the discipline. Yeah, that's not on the priority list, and it needs to be. I promise you, people get a little bit of discipline and get some act right, And then I can promise you, we won't be saying, oh, why me, Lord, or why them, or why is the world? Oh, no. Why is the world getting cleaned up? Because we've checked our priorities. And again, if we're not getting any nutritional value from it, then it sounds like it shouldn't be a priority. Because I can promise you, you ain't getting nothing out of not brushing your teeth, not washing your ass, being on drugs and alcohol. You don't get no nutritional value out of it. And in fact, you hurt other people when you do that. Because not only we got to smell you, we got to see you. You see what I'm saying? So, just be considerate. I mean, unless you want to have it segregated. Okay, we got the people with their effed up priorities over here, people who wants a fighting chance in life over there. Maybe we can do it like that, since priorities, that's a bad word these days. What? Priorities? Accountability? Who the fuck you talking to? Yeah, so we're going to change the subject. Those with the high priorities that actually make sense, that has nutritional value over here, and the people who, they ain't no hope for you, and you are the problem of the world, you go over here. Because obviously your priorities are very detrimental. Dangerous to you and I and everybody else. Anyway, be well and be safe.